Ray, I've seen it once, and I'm like, keeper, what are you doing?
Well, yeah, it was a bit of pace on the ball, and I don't think he expected it back.
Yeah, but how far was that?
He did smash it back though, didn't he? He don't really need to do that.
35 yards?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's all he's got to do is pass it a bit softer, and the keeper's no problem. But he was a little bit wayward, and he's just too quick to react, wasn't he, the keeper? And bang in the back of the net. But great result for Forest, it really is. Porto, difficult place to play. They look dangerous as well, but a couple of players missing as well for Forest. But great result. So take back to the City ground.
Do you think of any own goals more bizarre than that one?
Lee Dixon scored a cracker once at Highbury over Dave Seaman's head, lobbed it over. You got remember Jamie Pollock?
Yeah.
Was it City when he scored an unbelievable goal? He chested it down and then chipped lobbed the goalkeeper. There's been some unbelievable own goals over here. We'll have to think about it. Ask the listeners, see if there's what's the most bizarre own goal. That I can remember that one, Jamie Pollock's very well. That was an unbelievable goal. Lee Dixon's, if you look that one up, Dave Seaman. I think he was about 30 yards out and he lobbed him. Put it over his head.
Listen, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Big game. We're going to talk about it in a moment down at Norwich. Norwich in good form. This is a real test for Ipswich.
Yeah.
Games in hand, but if they were to lose this one against Norwich, it's
really hotting up, Al.
The old championship stuff again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Southampton, another great win after beating Arsenal against Wrexham. That playoffs is really interesting. See who's going to try and get in there. Norwich have got every chance. They've got an outside chance. Put it that way, they can win all their games to the end of the season. They'll be in those playoffs. So it's a situation now, and Ipswich are looking good. Middlesbrough just dropping off a bit. Coventry look like they're home and hosed. They'll be in the Premier League next year, which will be fantastic for the supporters. But yeah, it's really hot. Millwall, big game today, isn't they? Millwall.
Yeah.
Oh, they got.
They've done brilliant, Millwall.
Oh, unbelievable.
So they're. I think they can win. They're at the baggies, West Brom.
West Brom, no, they've picked up as well. They've really picked up. They've started to get a couple of results because down the bottom of the table, it's really hotting up as well.
Yeah.
It's only Sheffield Wednesday, obviously, know they're going down, but other than that, any one of 3 or 4 can go down.
Okay, what about Forest then? John is now looking back on a good night for Noodles Men. talkSPORT reporter, big Forest fan. Max Scott. Max, morning, Max.
How you doing, Max?
Morning.
Max, good result, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a draw away in Europe against a side top of the league, flying unbeaten in 13. It reminds me a little. I know we didn't win, but it reminds me a bit like Arsenal midweek against Sporting. It's not about the performance; it's about the result. And considering where both teams are, I think you take that going into the City ground on Thursday next week. So, yeah, brilliant performance. 9 changes to the squad that beat Spurs. So it's essentially a second-string 11. Chris Wood back in the starting 11 after 6 months. So loads to be positive about for Forest.
Yeah, and obviously what do you think about the disallowed goal, Jesus? I don't think there was a lot in that. I thought he was a little bit unlucky there.
Well, look, I think VAR has saved the referee's blushes there by finding a handball, which for me is just ridiculous because, look, the amateur dramatics from the Porto goalkeeper and the entire medical staff are embarrassing, and it just shows how sort of wet and weak football has become. The referee doesn't blow his whistle until the ball hits the back of the net by Jesus.
Yeah.
And then he's sort of panicking because the player's rolling around on the floor like he's been sort of hit with a baseball bat. And so I think it's indicative of where the game's gone. And then the VAR's found a reason. So Forest, you could say, you've been robbed of bringing back a 2-1 lead, but ultimately you'd have taken it because Porto started.
Good side.
Really well. Absolutely.
Max, looking ahead to the weekend, Sunday, Villa, who had a very, very good victory in Italy as well. Nottingham Forest, Villa, we take a point right now.
Yeah, Al, we've got Villa at home, Burnley at home, Sunderland away in the next 3 games. I would take, of course I would. I think we're going to get 5 points. I think we're going to get a point against Villa, a win against Burnley, and a point away at Sunderland, and that'll see us safe. This is a dress rehearsal on Sunday against Villa for a potential all-English, all-Midlands quarter semi-final Europa League, should both clubs get through. And so it's a really tricky game, but Villa haven't been sort of the team that they showed they were a few months ago.
Players back though, Max. They've got 1 or 2 players coming back.
Yeah, look, it's going to be tough. It always is. But Chris Wood's back. You know what? Forest have been struggling all season, are scoring goals, and our main man is back. I know he's been out a long time, but he got some important minutes under his legs. The City ground is going to be up. It's a difficult place to go at the best of times, and so I'm backing the boys to get a point minimum, which I think would be huge.
Yeah. Max, well done last night, and good luck at the weekend. Thank you. So that's Forest against Villa, Sunday the 12th of April, at 2 o'clock kickoff. Big game. Right, still to come on breakfast.